Hello?
Did you see the news?
Huh?
Just now, BBC.
No, I'm writing my...
Lesbians invaded the news. Sue Lawley.
Slow down.
They were shouting all through it. Sue looked pissed off.
Why?
Why? Section 28.
Wow.
Come to the Fallen Angel later. Oh, this is amazing.
Just... Wait.
It's me. It's Chris. I brought some Ferrero Rocher.
Don't sit down.
I don't have to stay.
No, I mean, don't move anything. I'm having a sort out.
Shall I help?
No. Yes. Pass me that box. We have to start to think about what will happen when I die. You'll have it all to arrange.
There's no rush.
Oh, isn't there?
I mean, when you're ready, you know?
Well, when I'm ready. Let's hope death will be as reasonable as you. Don't sit down.
Oh, sorry.
Is that all you're here for? To say sorry?
I let you down. Over New Year, I should have called.
I was angry with you. But you didn't make it horrible back home. We made it horrible. My parents and me. Nothing's changed. I'm still too queer for them, and they're still too blind to see that I'm all right. We're bound together by this aching, terrible, stupid love we have for each other. I'm a dying middle-aged man. You'd think that would change something. But to them, I'm still the flamboyant child trying to show them up.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you've said.
I didn't have an easy time myself. I was depressed.
Oh, so do I have to care about that? Is being a buddy like therapy where I'm allowed not to care about you? Or is it like a friendship where I have to pretend to?
I don't know.
I didn't mean it like that. I do care. You all right now?
Yes.
And I am too. It's my fault for caring about you too much. Look, we survived. We are still here and there's fish pie. But first we have to sort out these reports.
Those papers spread on the bed in the tiny room that hung heavy with the M&S pie that was going to be our supper are the same papers on the library desk in front of me now. I'm at the University of Sussex Special Collections, where Ken's National Lesbian and Gay Survey is housed. We've journeyed apart and come together again over 2 decades. It's a strange feeling.
Mr. Green.
Later, we come across a problem. The archivist is perplexed.
I'm sorry, but I can't find any of Ken's own submissions. I've never noticed before. We've got them in book form, but where are the originals? Yeah.
Now, all of the contributions are in those boxes, all except my personal contributions, which I keep in this folder next to my desk.
Okay.
These are old photocopies. You can throw them.
Yeah.
This lot are just rubbish, but... Okay. No, hang on. This is the draft for,
I start to have an unpleasant inkling. I was Ken's Terence Higgins Trust buddy, and after he died, as he had said, I had to pack up his room. Most things went to where he had directed, but there was so much. So many photocopies of what looked like the same thing, so many VHS copies of what looked like the same thing. I threw a lot away.
What could have happened? I mean, his indexing was exhaustive.
What I'm saying is that I think I threw away Ken's original submissions. I feel like a heel, like a sloppy, messy, callous fool. But back then, I was often overwhelmed.
Why is there such a big box for 1988?
pass it to me. So why do you think?
I'm guessing it's nothing to do with the release of Morrissey's first solo album?
What will be the lasting memory of 1988 for the history of the gay liberation struggle? Answer comes there none. Section 28.
Oh, really? Seems like ages ago. I went on all the marches. I was just at university.
I'm being a little disingenuous about myself politically. I had been a member of the queer campaigning group Outrage before I met Ken. But though he made me feel naive, I mostly did Ken proud, I think. He was proud of me, though he often despaired of me.
So, when you went on the Section 28 marches, did you understand it? Really understand it? Listen to Anna's contribution.
The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Michael Burke and Philip Hayton.
Where are you?
I said I might come to the pub. Might. I'm writing my submission for the survey. I told you.
If our relationship means nothing to you, you could at least come and celebrate for the cause.
No.
We're fighting back.
I didn't say our relationship meant nothing.
Actions, Anna.
Oh,
Louder
Julie.
than words.
Julie, just... Oh.
Imagine the outcry if there was a similar clause which forbade black families to be recognised as families and which threatened to take off the shelves all books that suggested that being black was a good thing. Even if Clause 28 is never used, its very existence can be seen as a threat to all lesbians and gay men. If a majority of heterosexuals feels threatened, we're bound to suffer. Maybe we'll suffer less back in the closet. Oh, dear me, this is dreadful. Do I really mean this? I suppose what I mean is that I'm not willing to die for this cause, and I guess I believe it could come to that. I think the clause has repoliticised us a little. Also, it's brought us to the attention of some liberals who denied homophobia as paranoia. Now they can see what we were talking about.
Oh, here we go.
6 o'clock news that something was wrong.
Good evening. The headlines at 6 o'clock. In the House of Lords, a vote is taking place now on a challenge to the poll tax. Tory rebels have said that the tax...
Sue Lawley apologised and continued to broadcast. Out of vision, her co-presenter Nicholas Witchell and other BBC staff
Personally,
restrained the
I couldn't
protesters.
face violence,
Outside the studio,
but I'd understand those who could.
camera cables was cut free.
I think it's important to look back on our recent history with gratitude and say, I forgive you to the mainstream. I forgive you for denying my fundamental human rights to express my love, to have sex, to have or adopt children, and to marry. I do. I forgive you. All of you. All of us. I get stick sometimes publicly because I don't like to describe myself as a gay man. I'm in love with a man, or I was married to a man, I will say. But I think the period of self-labelling belongs to that time in liberation politics when rebellion and standing up to be counted was essential. It was only 1988 when Anna asked herself if she was willing to die for the cause. Now I think, for me, thankfully, there is no cause. I know that there are millions of people in the world for whom this isn't the case, and I passionately defend their human rights. But I will not oppress myself with labels that are not needed anymore. Isn't that what liberation is? I do wonder what Ken would make of my life now. Now I am as old as he was when we met. Would he laugh at my settled life as a father, a respectable widower with my boyfriend, my house, my dad car? My middle age is very conventionally positioned between the demands of my parents' generation and my children's. His was almost all about identity. That's what oppression does to people. Also, I'm not dying.
You know, hun.
The one thing I struggle with is remembering what Ken used to call me.
You know, babe.
Anything I try for size seems wrong.
You know, Chris.
What did he call me?
You know, Kit.
As the spring moved into summer, he certainly called me more often, needed me more.
You know, if Section 28 seems a long time ago, then legalisation must seem like a lifetime.
Was he here before I was born?
Oh, dear God. I got arrested that spring.
No.
Yeah, before the law changed in the July. I'd been supplementing my pay by doing saucy drawings.
Wow.
Yeah, I put an advert in Films and Filming. There were hundreds of gay personal ads in there every month in the early 1960s. I said I would do individually commissioned drawings at £1 a time. Now, everybody knew that if the police went to someone's home to arrest him and his partner for having sex, then the place would be searched. Address books would be taken and their network investigated. So, that's how, one day, my drawings were discovered. The policemen who visited me were quite courteous.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind opening up that top drawer for me?
And ignored my collection of pornographic magazines.
Thank you, sir. Could you remove that pictorial reading material underneath the leather underwear? Exactly. Smashing. Thank you.
I wrote a poem about it at the time. It's in the archive.
I sit in the university library, holding the actual sheet Ken had written his poem on.
13th of March, 1967.
Today the police came and searched my room and asked me questions, made their way through my door. I cannot say they ransacked my room. They did it so...
quietly.
So...
carefully.
Going through the piles, every pile, and leaving my things in their piles around my room, they smiled and they joked, which seemed to me to be wrong. No, they should have told me I should
suffer
and said I was
silly.
And
wouldn't it be nice
if I
went round with girls?
And they went down the stairs, laughing with me, taking with them all those sheets of paper, and because of all the care and the laughter, and because of their calm, I remained behind, more chilled and frightened, because I expected them to hate me.
Must have all been different after the law changed.
Oh, you think? I bet you think Jean Harlow was a natural blonde. Don't ask who Jean Harlow was. Pass me that folder with the one with my submissions in it. Yeah, you'll like this one. Yeah, here it is. Now, I'm going to pretend this is a Radio 4 drama and not just my torrid love life. One day I met a really nice lad. He was 19, I was 24. No great age difference for a heterosexual, but for a homosexual, under the law, all the difference in the world. He was waiting for a train and didn't have time to come back with me to my flat, so I suggested the car park. We had a beautiful time together. There are those who think that such encounters can only be sordid. Not at all. He was gentle and sensitive and caring, and we were both the richer for the experience. But when we emerged from the car park...
Excuse me, gentlemen. We've been waiting for you for quite some time. We saw you two going into the car park. Can I ask what you were doing in there?
They separated us, and then they questioned us.
I was feeling really ill. I thought I was going to throw up, and he came to look after me.
I don't know how it happened. Perhaps my voice carried. But the other lad came up with the same story. And we were about to be sent on our way when...
Actually...
I was so churned up with terror at the thought of another outing in the Sunday papers.
I think
Plus a trial and a possible jail sentence for having sex with an underage partner that... all over one of the policeman's boots.
I am really very sorry, officer.
So we proved our story. Went on our way. And parted very shortly afterwards. Never to see each other again.